Hello everyone, Philip Norton here. With all the madness going on around TNDM this morning, I want to just put some thoughts down in this video here for everyone. So those of you, of course, looking at here saying broke trend versus going lower, I do want to point out that there really are two trends lines that we're looking at. We have more of our short-term trend line, which we did break pretty solidly this morning. So we did break that, much more shorter-term trend line, but we're actually have come directly back to our long-term trend line. So we actually, the last time we broke the long-term trend line, we then V-bounced right back up above it, and that is what started our new kind of faster moving higher trend that we were currently on. So we did break this short-term one, but we are still above our long-term trend. And we've also seen over the last 5 days here some nice ramping volume in that. And so what does that really tell us? Are we going lower? Are we going higher in that? And that is something that's extremely hard to tell. I would like to see it close today over the $40.50 level, because that of course is right here at the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement. So I would like to see it close above that today. But what really I do expect to see, especially with this ramping volume, a little consolidation over the next couple of days, right? You might get a little bit of a bounce tomorrow off today because you had such a big pullback. You'll have people buying in or people that were short taking profits. Usually after a big move, you get a little bounce. So we might get a bounce there and just kind of move sideways here until this trend line. So that is something to definitely be watching for. The other thing to watch for is if we do have more of a V-shaped move back up, is what happens when we get back up here in the upper 40s near that short-term trend line again. Most stocks, when you see that they're reversing trend, so when you've had such a long-term bullish trend, and that's going to go ahead and reverse, usually the bulls have a second push in them, right? So usually you'll see a stock move back up and then fail to even get back up to the highs and then move back down. And that's when it will break that long-term trend and really start to run down, kind of forming that shoulder, right? When people look at the head and shoulder pattern. So those are two things that I'm watching for right now, is to see, do we consolidate along this trend line for a little bit and then maybe move back up? Or is it something that is going to kind of move back up quickly and then have kind of a failed retest of high, maybe signaling that it's now time to start maybe a move down? So definitely a lot to look at right now. Something that we'll be watching over the next couple of days. I'll try to put together videos either every day or every other day, really, as we get more information around how this is moving. But I did want to go ahead and put these technicals out there for everyone, just so you can see that we are still bouncing off and holding that long-term trend, as well as most of the price action so far later today has kind of snaked and hung around right around this Fibonacci 23.6 level as well. So definitely some support here as we hold that level, and hopefully over the next couple of days we'll kind of consolidate on that and then bounce for a move higher. But that'll be something we'll be watching. All right, thanks everyone.